Hey, welcome in, folks. This is Babbaginator. We're in the Long Dark in Broken Railroad. We have 9 days remaining out of our, what was it, 17? 18-day stay? 17-day stay. So, 9 days remaining. We have more wolves waiting for us? What's going on here? Take at least a skillet with us. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Coming around, coming around. There we go. Down. How much firewood do we have? Not enough. I'm gonna gather some sticks or something. Just picking up sticks. Collecting sticks, trying to build firewood. Oh, I keep forgetting we need to go to the Hunter's Lodge. That's what we should be doing this one. Tonight, we should make time to go to the hunting lodge.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, a little information for those curious about what we're doing. We are doing a challenge run called Roll With It. And here's a little bit about myself. So the challenge run is basically an interloper run. And Roll With It, we have to, every time we enter a new region, we roll the die. It tells us how long we're going to stay. And the length of time that we stay, potentially stay, goes up as time goes on. So hey Laszlo, welcome in.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Yeah, we're on 200 days now. 200 days. But we got a long road still to get to Black
Long
Rock.
little fire.
Hey Longmile, good to see you. It's been a while. I think I've seen you in other people's streams recently, but yeah, good to see you in the stream. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday, enjoying their weekend. Pulled some more torches. We got a bunch of crappy torches too, but it is what it is. Wild rabbits. Yeah, nice and quiet. Here's the cave. Anything hiding back here? We don't have the right memento key for that one. Oh, you've been doing Gen AI?
Is it good?
Okay, the weather's not being kind to us right now. We're gonna go chill in the cave for a little bit. Some were quite amusing, others thought-provoking. You spent an hour undecided about what you wanted to stream tonight. Yeah, it happens sometimes. I think for me, I've largely defaulted to just streaming TLD, so I don't have to make big decisions. I find like if I try to choose anything else, I end up second-guessing myself and say like, does anyone want to watch that? Should I be streaming that? Yeah. Okay, what else we got here? Writing on a paper monitor. Silly, silly, silly. You did Dying Light for an hour. Okay. Go back in. I can feel it. Good time to go up. Yep, good time to go up. Is that deer over there? I think it's a deer over there. We already have more than enough food, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And this guy's a long ways off from where we want to be, so... We want your sticks. Thanks for guarding the sticks. Oh, more cattails. Oh, there you are. What? The wolves are back in business? Yes. Most difficult, I think so far, going to zone of contamination, having never been there before, and rolling 20 days to stay there. That was hard. I lucked out. I think day 7 I found a bear and killed the bear. But if I hadn't found the bear, it would have been a lot of ranging into even more unfamiliar territory where odds were good that I would have taken a lot of extra damage and died. So definitely that was the hardest one. So I like killed all these wolves. I don't know why they're starting to pop up again. Left all their bodies out here. Who are you and why do you want back in? So let's see here. It's still midday. I mean, we could go over Hunting Lodge. Oh, I left the door open. That's probably where the wolves are coming from. Oops. My fault. Who let the dogs out? Astrid did. Yeah, so our stay so far has looked like, our path so far has looked like this. And you can see we had 20 days in airfield and then 20 days in zone of contamination. And then we're having 17 days here. So it's not for the faint-hearted. Okay, the main thing we want at the hunting lodge is going to be more cloth, since we still have a lot of stuff to repair. I think last time we kind of didn't get to do much here. This time we're going to hit it up. Okay. Let's see where the wolves are. Did I let all the wolves out? Or there's still some here? Oh, there's still some here. One wolf. Yep. What do we got? Coming in. Okay. No, he ran away quick. We've already searched these. Like I said, we really just want cloth. We don't even have to stay here. I guess we got an extra gut. Yeah, I wish we had some options to control, like, what populates the radial. What do we want here?
Come on, little fire.
Boil some water here. Grab more cloth. How much cloth do we have now? We have 10 pieces of cloth. It's not too bad. Get more. Hey. See if there's anything we missed from last time. Well, I guess we could stay here overnight. What do we bring for food? Roughly acorns. Guess we'd go out, kill the wolf, and we'd have more food. Lots of firewood up here too. Yeah, we already searched all this stuff. Okay. Let's go and kill a wolf. Now we can spend the night here to kill a wolf. Oh, more acorns up here. Okay, Mr. Wolf. Want to play? Want to play? Get away. Ah, missed. Okay, let's pick some place without the grass. It'll be easier to do this. Just a little bit of an angle. Not loving this shot, but we'll do it. There we go. Is there another wolf out there? Or is this the only guy? I think this is the only guy. Okay. So you, my friend, are dinner. Alright. Yeah, I think among other things that are challenging about this particular challenge is the fact that you don't know how long you're going to be a place until you arrive. So that means that frequently you will expect to be someplace a long time and you'll roll like a 2 or a 3 or sometimes even a 1. And other times you'll think, oh, this is going to be a short stay, and you roll the max. And especially for transition zones, so that can be frustrating. Yeah, so you do have to plan 45. Sometimes you get really unlucky when you're hunting and you end up losing a lot of arrows. And so that puts you in a very, very bad state if the path back to getting to another forge is a long path. Our particular problem is that we misplaced our hammer. I don't recall where I left it. It is either in the entrance, like going from from Forlorn Muskeg into Mystery Lake. I may have left it on the train tracks there, or I left it in Mystery Lake, which would be a big mistake because then I'm just not going to have another chance to forge. If that's the case, short of having to make a detour to back into Forlorn Muskeg for the sake of forging. And we're already going to have to visit Bleak Inlet. So we'll be in Forlorn Muskeg twice. I don't want to do a third visit, like in a row, you know. Okay, so what else do we have? So yeah, I think our plan is just to stay here overnight. Oh, it's getting cold. Okay. Yeah, so what basically happens then is you end up planning for worst case scenarios. And you do things like you haul a lot of food into a region if you know that you've already exhausted all the food that was there. So, for instance, we're going into Forlorn Muskeg, and we have a huge stockpile of food at the maintenance yard. So we are going to take pretty much everything with us in the travois. There's really no reason why not to. Where we take the travois is going to be a real question. Do we take it knowing that we're going to provoke a lot of wolves? Maybe the bear as well. Oh, I never took care of this guy. Okay. Okay. Let's see, you like to travois, but there doesn't seem to be an option to store it inside.
Come on, little fire.
Like you could pick up your travois.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
You prop it on the floor. Let me see here. So your question is, can I put it down inside a building? Can you deploy it on the ground? Not inside. Right. Oh look, we got more meat here that I totally forgot about. We're good here for a few days. Not that there's really any point to doing that, but...
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I mean, you could go outside, put it on the ground, and walk away from it. But I don't think that's exactly what you're asking about. Yeah, for me, my biggest complaint actually is more with the thermos. The thermal flasks are a cool idea, but nearly useless when it comes to actually using them in game. They just don't. It's annoying that you have to go through so many steps to access the contents of the thermos. It should just be like when I go to drink, I should have the option to drink from the thermos because it's already one liquid, right? So it's one type of drink, uniform in the thermos. You can't have different types in there. So it should just be able to pour something from there, you know. Just like you do with water. They should treat the thermos just like the water jug. Okay, here's our bed. Look at all our ruined meat here. Yeah, we're never coming back here. I guess our problem with the ruined meat is we can't take it with us because as soon as we put it in the travois, it'll disappear because it's a container. So okay, what else do we have here that we need to break down? Let's spend some time doing some repairs since we got all this cloth here. Yeah, we need new deer hides. Those are still curing. Hopefully they'll be fixed up by the time we are ready to go. Okay. How much cloth do we have left? 6 pieces. That's good enough for now. Drink our water. Grab a few more sticks and then we're gonna skedaddle. Where are we on now? Day 201. 8 days left. So I ran my in-person D&D game on campus last night, and most of the session revolved around a silly idea I had at the end of the previous session, where I had indicated that there was a underground gambling ring that focused on the betting on a tournament of battle crabs. And so basically this is battle bots and pro wrestling rolled into crabs that have mechanical, magical, or natural modifications done to them. And they fight in an arena. And then of course this led me to having to actually write out a complete game system for running crab battles. And then it turned out that people really enjoyed playing crab battle or crab fight. And so now our next session will probably also be crab fight. To the benefit of those people who missed the previous session that had the crab fight in there. So yeah. You never know. Your party may decide that some random thing you suggested is the next best thing. One of the reasons why I like D&D a lot. Oh, look at this. We fold. Look at this. We got.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
So yeah, the first version of Crab Fight turned out to be so popular. We ran like 10 different. What was it? Yeah, we ran 10 battles, 10 fights, and yeah, exactly. You know, was a minigame. Now it's like I totally could. So basically, what it is you have a pool of points which you can assign to improving stats or armor or base attack. Or you can spend in increments of 10 points, it buys you an additional roll on basically, there's a table of 100 different modifications or features that are possible, and every crab gets 3 rolls, but you can spend, out of your pool of points, you can spend 10 points to buy an additional roll. So if you could choose to spend your 30 points buying 3 additional rolls and have 7 rolls on the mod chart, and have like just completely gamble and hope that you get something that actually improves your scores a little bit. But yeah, so I think I will finish writing up the rules for Crab Fight. And maybe sometime I will actually do a stream of Crab Fight. Part of the fun, the big fun, was spending half an hour before we even started with people brainstorming their list of contenders. They had to come up with names appropriate for battle crabs. And so so basically they came up with like pro wrestler or BattleBot sounding names. And then, this was an extra step that we ended up not really using, but I then also asked them to assign odds as to whether or not, you know, like the likelihood, the betting odds on each of them. In the end, we actually didn't run the betting simulation side of it. We just did the... Yeah, we just did the battles. And the battles were pretty entertaining in the sense that a lot of them ended much quicker than we expected. And it was because a number of people had rolled and gotten the petrification ray mod. And so then used their special attack to attempt to petrify their opponent, and the opponent failed to save. So and then they ended up
Come on, little fire.
first round wins. So we had a number of first round wins, and then we had a couple that were like drag them out fights, which were actually pretty entertaining too. Care for that. Or that one. A little bit better. Okay. Come on, wolves. We know you're here. I want you to come up and fight us on the bridge. Right? You're going to come up and fight us on the bridge? Or not? You did. There we go. Good riddance. Goodbye, wolf. So yeah, we already have way too much food. I mean, we're just basically a traveling butcher shop now. Like if you get, when we get back to the maintenance shed, you'll see just how bad it is. We just got killed all these wolves, all these, killed the bear, killed deer, just lots and lots of food. I think we're done with wolves again. I think for now we're done. I don't hear any other ones, so I don't think we got any new ones back. So if we're done with wolves, we'll probably just set up our pack and get our travois loaded up and go. Yep. Okay. Alright, take care, Laszlo. Thanks for hanging out with us. I should probably do some shout-outs while we're here before I forget. Let's do Laszlo shout-out. What do we got here? Okay, and then we'll do a long mile shout-out. That working?
What is this? Oh my god. I've never gotten one of these yet. That is awesome. I am going to take it. And the rifle cartridge. Don't mind if I do. Score? Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, we are... I think we're in business here. Let's drop this. Move all this.
Barely walk with this much gear.
Finish off this one. Yeah, I think we should isolate all the rotten food, all the ruined food, since we can't actually store that. Let's put the ruined food aside here. Gamey, gamey, gamey. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Gamey. This is all newer stuff. This is the older stuff. Okay, so what do we got here? Let us just plan out the next few days. (201), so we need 8 more days. So it's 5. Okay, so this is 3, 6, 7. Okay, that's 8. Then all this is extra. Okay. Let's see. An arrowhead. We're running low on arrow shafts. Oh. That's a problem. We need more birch saplings. But I think forlorn muskeg should be good for that. We should have lots. $40. I'm not quite done yet. Okay. Okay, we're just passing time to the morning. (2:02). So we survived 2 more days. There's 7 days left. Two degrees, we're close. Do-do-do-do-do. Should have a wolf hide ready soon to air.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Mm-hmm. Well, that one's cured. 27 now. Okay, fire starting.
Come on, little fire.
Let's see where we're going next. This time I think we're going to go around this way. Okay, moving. Wow, big wind. Okay, let's move along here. Very gusty out right now. Okay, didn't really find much this time. go back in and warm up. Okay, let's see where we're at now. 202 still. 7 days away. How are our bows right now? Should we think about replacing them? 74. Not too bad. Oh, 96.94. Not urgent. We're down to 24, 32 matches. Okay, we got to be a little bit more frugal here. Oh, we got another wolf back. Hey, Tormose. How rolls it? Rolls well, actually. Well, the wolves keep respawning, though. Yep. Ruined bear meat. Favorite stuff. Hey, time to read a poem, Tormir says. So let's go and do that. Used up the last of the fuel there. Okay. Okay, let's read something. Chooser. Halfway. Okay. So this is from my first book of poetry, The Lost Country of Sight, winner of the Philip Levine Prize in 2007, published in 2008 by Anhinga Press. And we're going to read Halfway. Okay. It has been hours now, the sun long swallowed in a growing bank of gray, your body turned machine, the noiseless circle of arms and feet and their thousandfold revolutions. How many hours have you pushed on, parting the cold waves, anticipating that last stroke forward, the one that ends in the earth, a foot in the weeds, or a voice in the ear calling you free? How long till the water holds you fast and claims you her own? And what now? What to do with the night sky so full of nameless want and need? So Halfway was a poem that was written at a particularly difficult period of my life. In 2006, I had finished my MFA in creative writing and found myself back in Canada looking for work. And my father had just retired from his library position, and he and my mother had moved to Penticton, BC. So I was living on the outside of Vancouver, BC. They were living in Penticton, BC, about 5.5 hours apart. And what had happened was my father, shortly after retirement, began developing rather noticeable symptoms of something going wrong. He became increasingly clumsy and started to slur his voice. And what we did not know for certain, but what I secretly suspected and turned out to be true, was that he was experiencing ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and beginning a decline where the body, if you're not familiar with the disease, it's an autoneuron disease that basically destroys or tampers with the ability of the brain to communicate with the rest of the body through the electrical signals. And so what eventually happens is the brain stays perfectly intact and the rest of the body shuts down around you. So Halfway was a poem that happened while I was in Vancouver at a point where I was fairly certain we were beginning to sense that it probably was ALS. My father was in the hospital a lot. And I would make frequent trips back to Penticton. And when I wasn't, I was working on what eventually became this book manuscript. I was taking the MFA thesis and turning it into a full book. And I was kind of overwhelmed with like writing about what I sensed was my father's impending death and thinking about mortality. And so I thought, I'll go to this writing workshop run by someone else, and I'll write about something completely unrelated with my father. And so the exercise for that workshop was like this big pile of newspaper and magazine clippings with different photos. And we would just take an image, just draw an image out of the pile and use that as our inspiration and write in response to that. So I thought, okay, I'll choose something that seems completely unrelated. And it was an image that had a caption that indicated it was this woman who was swimming across the English Channel. And the blurb for the picture gave a little bit of her own words, and she mentioned how she had, after about halfway, you stop paying attention and you're just a machine in motion, and you don't know what the next, where your arm is going to reach next, what your hand is going to touch next. Could be more water or it could be the shore. You just move forward. And so I started writing about that, and partway through the poem I realized I was really writing about my father, and about and then also about grief in general, and the way the body turns into a machine, and yet we keep moving forward, not knowing what comes next. So so the poem that I thought would be completely unrelated with my father ended up having to be very much about my father. And I realized that by the time I got to the last line, I realized I'm really writing about my father. So, so that's how Halfway came to be. Okay, let's back to this. Okay, so we are hoping to get the deer hides cured before we are done with our time here, so we can repair our clothes. Also like to find... Where are you, buddy? Like, all the wolves are coming back. You grab one? Grab a couple pieces of meat and see if this guy shows up. Oh, there he is. There we go. Another wolf out there? Yeah. MS is a brutal one too. A friend of mine just lost her mother to Alzheimer's after several years of having to be the caretaker, and that's a hard one. Because you're trying your hardest to take care of a parent, but at the same time, you know that most of who they are is slipping away quickly. So.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
No, we don't need to carry these around with us. Okay, we just want fire long enough to... It's gonna be really cold here. Well, that didn't work.
If I'd home, warm up soon.
Yeah, in many respects, I feel like it's actually... There's a certain amount of relief. Because you know that the person is going to be out of...
this load for much longer.
Out of that pain of like... knowing that they're losing. Well, there's a point where they stop knowing that they've lost all this memory. So there's that too. But yeah. Human body and the human mind are oddly fragile for all the abuse we put them through. But yeah, my condolences on his passing. How cold are we now? -4.
Come on, little fire.
Miserable wind out there. Yeah, I think Alzheimer's is extremely hard on families and on the people around the person. The early stages are hard on the person as well, but at some point they stop being fully aware. There can be moments of peace and happiness because they really imagine themselves at a different time, sometimes a happier time. But there's also a lot of confusion and fear. But okay, so we got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost 17. So 17 days. 203. So we need 6 more days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I think we have 18 days worth of food to take with us. 75, not done. $41, 76, 76. We have all these maples, we just need more birch. I think I have them all in whatchamacallit? Forlorn muskeg. Oh, yeah, we could keep making replacement bows for a while. The ones on the table are the old ones. These ones I think are like, what? Oh, they're 70%. They're not that bad. So we got a bunch of 70%ers now. Pretty funny. Okay. Okay. There's one on the bridge that we missed. Anyway, just gonna look for more sticks. Mushrooms, maybe a birch. See what we can find. Oh, the wolves over there. Can we go up in here? Oh, we can. Good. That's a bad spot. Yeah, that's what he figured out too. Bad spot. Come over here. Come on, Wolf. There he is. Just want to make certain I can clear my path before we exit. Get rid of all these wolves here. See if we get a better shot somewhere else. He's really skittish. Doesn't want to play fetch with me. Come on, buddy. You know you want to play fetch. Where are you at? Yeah, he doesn't want to play fetch. I don't want to play tag with him in there. Oh. Why doesn't he want to play with me? Weird dog. Weird wolf. Guess I should have brought some meat with me to lure him in. Right now he's making the calculation and he doesn't like the odds. I have both a wolf coat and a bear coat. That's totally the reason why he's running away, but... I mean, I'm failing as intended, I guess. Like... So I get used to them ignoring both of those and still charging me, so... When it actually works as intended, it's a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, I hear the ptarmigans. I already got plenty of feathers. I'm not really hurting on food, so I'm not going to worry about chasing them down.
Walk with this much gear.
That should bring him in. No, I stink. Really stink. Yeah, the goal is just basically clear my path, so on the day I have to leave, I don't have to deal with any wolves. Oh, you know what? I do realize I've got a pretty big problem. I was thinking of taking more meat with me, but the problem is... Actually, I don't think I can take that much, because I still have to navigate... Yeah, one way or another, I just can't take the... I'm not going to be able to take the travois. Without doing multiple trips, I won't be able to carry all the meat out of this region. Because either I have to cross a tree bridge, which is not ideal. Ugh, spooked me there. Oh, buddy. Okay, this is a good spot here. Mission accomplished. One less wolf to worry about. I mean, what do we have for firewood right now? Yeah, we could build the fire. Well, with Archery 5, this is so much easier than it was before. Now I point and shoot and I usually die. Oops, let's see.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, the sad reality is we really don't need that much. We were not going to be able to take as much food out as I thought we would. The only way to do it would be to actually begin now transporting meat. We could do that. We could start transporting meat all the way down there, close to the exit. Could do that.
It's getting dark out here. Gotta look for shelter. I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, I was thinking we're going to get Aurora right now. Aurora's coming. Time to head back to base. Alright. Even more food. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Does she need that one? So now we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days. Plus another Okay, so it's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, we're good. And we're getting close to where we can officially sign off on the okay, we're getting close. Oh. So next stream, which is tomorrow night, we should be able to wrap up our time here in Broken Railroad. And our biggest challenge is going to be transporting food out. No, we've already done far territories. We are good. We have already done all the difficult stuff on that side. So yeah, we already did, we went 18 days in Broken Railroad, 3 days transfer pass and far range branch rail, 20 days in airfield, 20 days in zone of contamination, 6 days in transfer pass, and now we're wrapping up. So it's back to FM, then Bleak Inlet. So we haven't done Bleak Inlet yet. So let's do. So that's one we haven't done yet. We haven't done Keeper's Pass yet, and we haven't done Black Rock yet. So our last three are Bleak Inlet, Keeper's Pass, and Black Rock. But to get there, we have to go through Muskeg twice, Mystery Lake, Winding River, PV, and then we can finally finish up. Of course, there is like an alternate path. Would be FM, BI, FM, ML. Let's see. This extends it a little bit further. We'd have to make more trips to PV, and we'd use the Timberwolf Mountain access to Black Rock. But I don't like this. It's too many steps. We are going to face off against our dreaded Black Rock in the usual way. So we will just be really smart about Black Rock this time. Really smart. Okay, so where are we at now? We are at 204, soon to be 205. If it's a blizzard on exit day, that would be the worst. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the stream here soon. We are on day 204. Yeah, 204. That's where we left off. '93. One more day. Finally be able to repair stuff again. That sounds miserable. Want to check a couple other things. So we're on 204 now. And how many wolves have we now killed? 65. So let's just update our kill counter at the bottom of the screen to reflect our fine activity. Oops, that's not what I want. Four, 12. I don't know what it is about Broken Railroad, but I get so many wolves here. And I think everything else is about the same. Yeah. This run started before scurvy was implemented, so we are currently immune to scurvy. That's not going to stay like that forever, though. Okay, so 204 we will pick up next time, tomorrow night, and try to get through the last 5 days. So let's figure out who we can go raid. There's our save. Why don't we do a shutout for Muse?
Oh, just because I want to improve and not because I'm pissed or anything, what do you mean by something complicated or abstract? Well, sorry, is there a focus change fail there? Also, like, did she have the same expression through that whole thing? I wasn't, I neglected to look, I think Monica's mouth might have been open while Natsuki was talking. I'd have to review,
It's a detailed analysis of, what was that? Is that Doki Doki Book Club or whatever it is? Let's see what we want to do here. Okay, so let's get ready for the raid. Let's pick someone to raid. Let's see, Deadpool, Slid Holmes, Fox Walks. Okay, let's go visit Deadpool. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to visit Deadpool, and I will probably head to bed soon. Get the raid prepped. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and for making poetry requests. And for celebrating 200 days, which is now 204. we are getting close to exiting and moving on to the final sections of this challenge. Okay, thanks, and we'll see you all soon.